Okay, today on Tidbit Da Vinci, we're gonna do a follow-up to our ultimate G85 rig, the battery-powered rig with XLR inputs, and we're gonna talk about how it's been performing for us, and one little audio issue that we found and how we're gonna solve it, so stay tuned. So in our G85 Ultimate Rig video, we talked about how the two issues that we had with our audio recorder and our camera was battery life. The G85 can shoot around 1.5 to 2 hours of 4K footage, and the Tascam was pretty similar as well. So we solved both of those problems with having this big 20,000 milliamp battery. Now the one issue that we ran into was if you take the audio output from your Tascam here, which is the camera out low, this uses a regular 3.5mm headphone cable, and plug it in to your camera on the mic input, we got some really bad noise, and we'll do a little sample of what it sounded like. And we were trying to figure out what on earth was going on because recording to the Tascam sounded fantastic. So we knew that there was something wrong, and we were trying to figure out what it was. And here's how it sounds with the MPOW sound insulator plugged in. So doing a little bit of research, we figured out the issue, and the issue was because of a ground loop that we had introduced. So because both the devices share the same power source, they share the same ground. So by plugging in the microphone jack, we introduced a ground loop because now both cameras were connected and the camera had two ways of reaching ground. So to get around that problem, we got one of these. This is about $10. We'll have a link below. That's the one thing we wanted to follow up with here is if you're going to record audio directly to the camera, get one of these. This is a sound insulator. This one's from MPOW. We've liked their products in the past. There's many of them out there. What we normally do is we use something like this on the camera side. Again, it's 90 degrees, so it keeps out of the way pretty well, so you can flip the screen out and do all of that. Doesn't really interfere too much. And then on this end, what we did is instead of going directly into the Tascam, we first plug in this. And now we can isolate that ground loop, and the audio going right into the mic for the camera sounds great. And the reason why that was really important is we're doing a lot of videos in the garage with woodworking and table saws. I didn't want to have to hit record on the Tascam and the camera separately and bring them together in post because sometimes it was a lot of work, especially when there's 30 or 40 files of small clips. And we're gonna have a future video about how you can use the iPad app to control the camera, and that makes it really easy to just set the camera up wherever you want. You can bring in a microphone and you can be working anywhere and just hit record and pause and record and stop quickly and take little small videos because again, 4K video is really large, and rather than have one big file that has a bunch of stuff that you don't need, you can just hit record and stop often. Now, if you're doing a really important shot or an interview, I would recommend recording the audio to the Tascam as well and use that audio in post because it's gonna have better quality sound. But in our testing, the audio coming from the camera through the headphone cable sounds fantastic, and for our purposes that's going to be great, and that's what we're going to do. So now we'll show you a couple of examples of just how easy and how convenient this little setup can be. So I have an Audio Technica shotgun microphone and a 20-foot XLR cable, and the reason why this is so nice is because my Tascam and my camera are set up over there and I can put them wherever I want to get the right shot, but I can be moving around and I have a lot of leeway to be able to, let's say for example, I want to be over here, I'm making a video about how to cook, and I can be here doing work, and I can still pick up my audio really well. And obviously if we were doing this for real, we would hide the mic and put it on an arm and kind of keep it out of the shot. But this gives you a lot of flexibility. When I'm making videos, especially in the garage or DIY projects, when you have to stop and set up, the last thing I want to do is worry about battery life, and so I often will have my rig plugged in on standby for an hour or two until I go back and hit record and take my shot. And it is so convenient to know that my battery life will last all day and I don't have to worry about it. And that's why I really recommend you guys check this rig out. We're gonna have links to the original video about how to set this all up. We'll have a wish list of all the parts you'd need to make something like this. So for not too much money, you can get yourself a really nice audio video rig that will really help you with whatever kind of videos you guys are shooting and really help take it to the next level. And we hope you guys liked it. And again, we're gonna have a little bit of behind the scenes footage shot on my iPhone, just kind of showing how easy it is to set up and all the flexibility that it affords you. But that's it guys for us here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up, share the video, subscribe. We'll keep the good content coming, and as always, thank you, and we'll catch you guys next time.